Stavolta sto giocando col DualSense della PS5, così magari nei duelli mi viene meglio, perché con mouse e tastiere è un vero inferno duellare. Allora ragazzi, in teoria dobbiamo trovare Matt, come si chiama, il cane, che quella comunque sia una missione secondaria.
If you need anything, I'll be here. It's about time. Come here.
E qui sono.
Do you have a moment?
Tutto sporco. Cosa vuoi da me?
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
Non c'è di che.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side.
Hmm?
Now things can only get better.
Forse hai
Yes,
ragione.
you're probably right. It doesn't get much worse than that.
Più scuri mezzanotte un po' fa.
Somebody tries to kill me. Again.
You're still alive in one piece. It's a new day and the sun is shining. Like Tomcat always says, bruises build character.
Micione. Cazzo è micione?
Do you know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman.
Maestro
But a real
spadaccino.
joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
Credi che potrebbe insegnarmi
Do you
qualcosa?
think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offense, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
Vabbè, come si pavoneggia?
How does he show off for the girls?
With his muscles.
Sfoggia i
He ricks
muscoli.
logs with his hands.
Yeah,
He
Johnny
even let
Bravo.
himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. Crazy. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit one time.
And Tomcat pulled it out.
And not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the poor thing had a broken leg, he carried it on his back all the way home.
Dove posso trovare micione?
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower, that is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue, otherwise Tomcat will show you some of his other skills.
Va bene, dai, come ti chiami?
Hey, you. What's your name, anyway? What do you do?
I'm Bara. Just Bara.
Looks like you know your way around here pretty good. You're from here, right?
I ain't. I'm just passing through.
Quindi giri il mondo?
You're something like a wanderer.
Nah, I usually find work with someone, stay for a while, and once I save a bit, I move on.
Then why are you begging here?
Sometimes I collect herbs for the apothecary or help in the tavern, but I'd like to go somewhere else, so I'm scraping up whatever I can. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller or a nomad, but don't say it too loud. The locals don't take kindly to them.
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people. They travel from place to place and take their home with them.
I'd like to see what their homes look like.
You can go and see them, just don't stare too long.
Where are you headed, if you're only passing through here?
For work, to the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. They all promise the moon, but then you're eating stale bread, cold porridge, and a nari a groschen in sight. With the city folk, it's bound to be better.
You said you're going to a city. You mean like to Prague? Or somewhere further?
I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there. In Kuttenberg, at least I have a cousin.
Aha. So you're going to visit her?
Well, she doesn't know it yet. But I won't be troubling her long, just until I find a way to make a living.
Why exactly are you helping me?
Why? Why? Because you look like you need it. I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated a helping hand is in times like that.
What do you want to do in the city?
I'll find something. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not half-witted. Maybe someone could use a cook or a servant.
Don't get your hopes up. The city can be a pretty dangerous place for a girl on her own.
You mean they don't hand out groschen by the bucketful? And the streets aren't full of roasted stuffed geese? I appreciate your concern, but I have to get to the city first. That's going to take me a long while yet.
Mi serve qualche indumento innanzitutto.
I'm practically naked. Nobody's going to want to even talk to me like this.
At least you're not walking around bare-assed. Although that might not be a sorry sight.
Very funny. I'd rather you tell me where I might get some clothes.
And what do you have in mind? Brocade and satin, a monk's robe, or perhaps Sir Brunswick's armour?
L'armatura di Sir Brunswick.
What armour are you talking about? Sir Brunswick?
Oh, nothing. It's just a local legend. They say a famous knight lived here who killed a ferocious lion and saved a many-headed dragon. Or the other way round. It doesn't matter. I don't even know.
And is the armour real?
Maybe. Maybe not. Geibel, the scribe, might know something about it. He has a lot of learned books. I don't know my letters.
Vabbè, mi servirebbe un'armatura,
I
no?
could use some armour. Proper, like, for a knight. And no rusty junk.
And you are like a knight?
Tecnicamente
Well,
sì.
I don't look so good. But I swear I came here in armour, sword at my side, and on a horse.
Wow. And where is your armour, sword,
Ciao,
and horse
Cosse.
now?
That's a long story. And it's not a happy tale.
Well, you can hardly buy new armour now, but you might find something in the town hall armoury. Although you'll need quick hands.
Non mi vedi dal 2023, cercatemi ragazzi, perché l'algoritmo a volte l'algoritmo non spinge sempre alle stesse persone, ma sempre a persone diverse, a persone nuove, perché ovviamente se non fa così un creator non cresce, ecco. Quindi quando non vi spunto né per te, negli shorts, mi dovete cercare ragazzi, perché l'algoritmo spinge sempre a persone nuove, anche alle persone che mi seguono, però di più alle persone nuove. Funziona così. Non intendo rubare.
Thanks, but I'd rather get my clothes honestly. I just got out of the pillory. I don't want to end up there again.
Onestamente.
Well, I'm not pushing you, just giving you a few useful tips. What you do with them is up to you.
I really need something to wear.
I can see that. Save up for something or use those lockpicks. Either way, I can't help you anymore.
Mi serve un cavallo.
Damn. I could use a horse. It'll take years to get to Semin on foot.
Don't exaggerate. This province is small.
Still, it'll be faster with
Ciao
a horse.
Shrek.
There's a stud farm in Semin, renowned far and wide.
And which way is Semin?
Southwest from here, not too far. There's a road goes right there from the green. Just go down the hill. Once you see the walled farmhouse, you're there. Though I'll be a queen before you can afford a horse from Semin.
Vabbè, non ho un posto dove
Do you know
dormire.
where I might find accommodation?
Betty in the tavern lets people sleep in the hay. But you have to pay.
I'm not going near that tavern. I'd catch hell again. Got any other ideas?
If you find some work,
Se trovi lavoro
maybe
magari
you'll get
trovi
a
anche un
place to
posto per
sleep too.
dormire. Vabbè, però conciato così chi mi accetta? Come vado a quel matrimonio?
My main concern is getting to that wedding in Semin. Do you know anything about that celebration?
Well, yeah. People are talking of nothing else. The Lord's son is getting married to the sister of that lout you was fighting with.
How much time do you think I have? Have the preparations already begun?
From what I hear, the bride's dress still ain't finished, and blacksmith Radovan still ain't started smithing the gift for the groom. So, no rush.
Hopefully by then I'll find a way to sneak in. I have no money. I might as well beg on the village green like you.
The hell you will. This is my turf. Here you go. I'll skip supper.
Terreno di
It's what
caccia.
you're doing anyway.
Wow. I mean, thank you.
Ah, ci ha
Seriously?
dato
Yeah,
soldi.
yeah, don't start crying. You'd better find some work quick.
Vabbè, dai.
Oh well. It was nice to meet you, but I should probably get going. Get a job, and so on.
Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again.
Beh ragazzi, vediamo se col controller tecnicamente dovremmo giocare meglio. Perché finora, fino alla terza puntata, ho giocato con mouse e tastiera, ma nei duelli è un vero inferno. Io tecnicamente dovrei anche lavarmi. L'inventario... Ah, così si abbassa, ok. Perché non so i
Put some clothes
tasti.
on. You can't just go walking about like this.
Ah, ecco, con freccia sotto. Possiamo mettere questo, l'inventario, ok. Ancora c'ho la camomilla e la salvia. Tonica corta, ce la mettiamo. Cintura da cacciatore. Brache da mendicante. Stivali da vagabondo. Vabbè. Tanto per non girare nudi. Scopri cosa è successo a Mutt. Forse Capon ha ragione a dire che Mutt è morto? O forse non lo è? Ma dovrei andare a vedere il luogo in cui Mutt è caduto e vedere con i miei occhi. Ah, minchia, dove si trova? Lontano, credo. Io direi che è meglio trovare tipo un cavallo o qualcosa.
Was willst du heute Morgen?
Ma perché mi ha parlato in un'altra lingua?
I wanted to ask you, what's on the other side of that nearest hill? I'm not from here, and I'd like to get my bearings. You look like a merchant to me, so you probably know best.
Ja, natürlich, you are not from here. Everyone around here knows that, after what happened in Betty's Tavern. Aber das ist deine Sache. That is your business, lad. Also, what do you want to know?
Dov'è la chiesa?
Where can I find a church round here? I'm surprised you don't even have a small chapel in the village.
If you want. Die Rettung deiner Seele, junger Mann. You have to go through the forest to Aujetz and to St. Catherine. Herr von Berge does have a chapel in his castle, but it's not for commoners like you. We do not go there either. Und warum auch? The gravedigger Ignatius takes care of burials outside the village, and weddings usually take place without a local priest. No one wants to pay the church more than they have to. Das ist ja wohl klar.
Non si capisce niente. E questo non è stato tradotto bene. Questo tizio.
You can't just stroll around here without...
Verso andando. Tranquilli, tranquilli. A poco mi picchiavano. Ma perché hanno ucciso a quello?
What are you lying here for?
Somebody's lying here.
Wake up. Come on.
Ah, l'hanno svegliato, non è morto. Però mi serve un cavallo, ragazzi, cioè. Che non posso andarci a piedi, è lontano. Vorrei denunciare
I'd like to
un'imboscata.
report an ambush. Some scoundrels attacked my lord's retinue and killed our men.
That's a serious matter. Where is your lord?
Well, he left.
I don't understand why he's not lodging a complaint himself, and why not directly at the castle. He has that right as a lord.
It's a long story. My lord got very angry and then went missing.
Sorry, fella, but I'm not sure whether you're making it up or lying to me. But if you were telling the truth, why don't you bring your lord here and we can talk it all over calmly? I'm sorry, lad, but until then, I've got more important things to do.
Vabbè.
Excuse me, I'm looking for the man who was in the pillory with me yesterday. Have you seen him?
I can't help you with that. You'll have to find him yourself.
I need to speak with Sir Otto.
With the Royal Chamberlain? Are you yanking my official pizzle?
Why not?
I'd like to talk to him too, boy, but he's still in Prague. He's hardly ever here. Chamberlain Ulrich is in charge of things.
And where do I find him?
Where do you think? Up in the castle.
But they won't let me in there.
What do you want me to do about it? That's your problem. I'm not going to put in a word for you. I hardly know you.
I'd like to buy something. Where can I find some merchants around here?
If it's a tradesman you're after, most of them live here in the village, of course. Your best bet is to ask our merchant Jörg. He knows everyone. I'm sure he'll help you.
What's new, bailiff?
Nothing special. Fortunately, Troskowitz is a quiet village. It's peaceful here, and the war has avoided us so far, thank God. Just here and there a brawl in the tavern or the neighbour's errant cow. Well, that's how it was until recently, at least.
And what happened?
What do you think? It started with that nomadic riffraff, theft of hens and sheep, then continued with ambushes on the road. And then the wolves started to come in from the forests on account of the poachers killing off their prey. Oh, and then our master Chamberlain Ulrich. Oh my God. But that's no business of yours, understand?
I understand. That's your business, Bailiff. What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I heard something's going on in Takoff again. Project the Innkeeper is probably coming up with some mischief to pull on the Gelievites. Will they never cut it out? Their bickering is making work for me. And now I've been visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
What do you mean more? You sound like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men. Also, if it wasn't bad enough that gang of bandits is rampaging through the region, now someone's stealing cabbage from the peasants. What a disaster.
Cabbage?
Aye, and the peasants won't stop bugging me about it. I was just visited by a peasant from Jadar. He's been talking my ears off for God knows how long. Say, do I really have to do this? Do I have the time to look for some moron stealing cabbages? And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. Thank you.
Vabbè, ci ha dato un bel po' di informazioni, dai.
I have a few questions for you.
Dann schieß mal los. What is it?
Can I find other merchants around here?
Zum Glück nicht, junger Mann. I'm the only merchant here around.
L'unico mercante.
Oh, natürlich. There are plenty of tradesmen here who sell their goods. There is Bartosz, the tailor. He lives at the other end of the village. The apothecary, Emmerich, lives across from me. They are a hand in glove, or more like hat in hat.
What do you mean by that?
Nichts weiter. Just that they play at being educated men. Along with the scribe Geibel, they are always studying some Latin tracts. But of the three, perhaps only Geibel knows Latin, if he really does at all.
Is there anyone else here?
Oh yeah. Beyond the tailor's house on the
Quella
edge
che
of the
macellaio.
village is where Bashka the butcher lives. Opposite the Rathaus is the carpenter. The rest of the villagers are just peasants, and you are already familiar with the tavern.
Where do you go for wares? What's the closest town?
The closest is Sobotka, the biggest Gichin, what you call Gichin. And farther north there is Turnov. Half of that one belongs to Herr von Bergo.
Is it far?
Das kommt darauf an. It takes all day on foot. Wenn du was brauchst, the goods I have here will have to do you. I do not think you will get to the town anytime soon.
Is there anything I should avoid around here?
Certainly. Stirring up trouble and sticking your nose into other people's business. Here in the village, we don't care much for outsiders. If any do come, they better behave.
I understand that, but we were ambushed by bandits. So I wanted to ask if you know anything about that.
Ach so, ich verstehe. The woods have been full of all manner of rebel recently. That is all because of the war. Verdammte Schurken.
So you've already heard about these bandits?
About those ones in particular, or about others. They are all just gleichen Scheißkerle. Every time I go to the town, the bailiff must send an armed escort with me. It makes life difficult.
So the roads aren't safe?
Ja, das kann man wohl sagen. Herr von Bergo should do something about it at last. But Herr Otto spends more time in Prague than here. And Chamberlain Ulrich... Ach, lassen wir das.
What do you have for sale?
Ok, questa è la bottega. La schermata della bottega è divisa in due parti: l'inventario delle merci che egli può acquistare e l'inventario di quelle che può vendere. Gli oggetti da acquistare e vendere vengono spostati nella tua cesta, il cui contenuto è visibile in alto a destra. Ok, va bene. A lui vende tutte queste cose: spada da caccia da città, dardo grezzo, freccia grezza, pugnale, torcia. Ma non abbiamo forse soldi, no? Si possono comprare?
I'd like to do something about that price.
Gut, versuchen wir es.
Contrattazione. Influenza il prezzo a cui compri o vendi gli oggetti.
Nein, so bestimmt nicht. I'm done haggling with you.
Che significa? Il bottegaio ce l'ha con te, aspetta che si calmi. Ah, addirittura. No, è arrabbiato, niente.
Wie schade.
E se non me le vuoi dare, che ci posso fare? Ci dovrebbe essere un macellaio da questo lato, no? Ecco. Ruba il cibo. No, non voglio rubare.
Only fools act like that.
Che c'è? No, non voglio rubare.
What would you like?
Show me your wares.
E lui vende la carne. Spada da caccia, ascia barbuta.
Let's talk about the price.
But of course.
Non possiedi denaro sufficiente. Ah, ecco. Non abbiamo soldi.
This is pointless. I'm done haggling with you. Take care then. Thanks for nothing.
Andiamo. Dobbiamo lavorare. Prima. Questo cane sembrava morto. Io direi di andarci a piedi. Non possiamo fare nulla. Mi sa che farò tanti ritagli in questa live, ragazzi.
Oh gods. I wonder what their names were.
Ah,
I see they haven't been forgotten, and the locals still worship them. I can't really blame them seeing the state of this land.
comunque le ambientazioni, ragazzi, spettacolari. C'è un bel po' di strade, va. L'unica cosa era andarci a piedi. Attualmente non abbiamo nulla. Siamo arrivati? C'è un po' di strade, però qua c'è forse una nuova... Ci sono due cavalli. Monta e ruba. Però rubare vorrei evitare.
Pig was sitting here. Greetings. Do you need something?
Non ci fanno lavorare. Cioè,
I'll be right there.
People live one on top of the other. Right on the street. What's more, the proudest cities build walls so nobody can see all that filth. But we know
My steps are...
What are you two talking about then?
A peasant like you would never understand.
Well, looks can be deceiving. If I weren't so kind-hearted, you might annoy me with talk like that.
Wise counsel indeed. What's your name?
My name is Henry.
Then sit, noble Enrico, and give your verdict on our dispute.
Aye, don't be shy. Come and sit with us.
It's Henry. H-E-N... whatever.
Ah, any tanner or bathhouse boy could be called Henry. Enrico is nobilissimo.
Oh, for the love of God. Will you just tell me what you were discussing?
Ah, it's just that my dear friend George here is a vulgar louse who knows as much about the art of poetry as a baying donkey.
To tell the truth, my last encounter with verse didn't end all that well.
Really? Come on, let's discuss it over a beer.
Man to man, poet to poet.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say I was...
Sit.
So, you going to tell me what you're talking about?
It's about nothing less than the very essence of the art of poetry.
And also about the fact that Michael here hasn't got his oats for ages and it's got his brain in a twist.
Kindly ignore our friend George here. He's been a simple soul ever since he was dropped on his head as a baby.
che è caduto?
Freedom. I figured out poetry ain't to be found in inspiration from the muse. All the truth in the world is right there in ale, roast pig, and fucking.
To the point where fornication and drinking leave no time for actual composing. Better to forego the pleasures of the flesh and give oneself to art. Onorate l'altissima poeta.
Aye, aye. Keep your hair on, mate. As I said, he's not in his right mind. He once met an Italian poet, and ever since he thinks he's Dante Alighieri.
Dante Alighieri.
Alighieri, you dolt.
Ma che ca...
So what do you think, Enrico? Where should a poet seek inspiration?
Sono mezzi italiani questi. Boh, che cazzo ne so.
Well, I rather doubt it's to be found in beer or some wench's cleavage. Those might be nice to look at, but an artist should seek inspiration in higher things.
My very words. Let's drink to that.
However you look at it, you, my friend, as a worldly...
And highborn.
Clever.
Experienced.
Intrepid.
Unique.
In short, just the right fella.
You might be able to help us out with something.
Di che si tratta?
What are you after?
Enrico, we are in need of an adventurer.
My name's Henry.
Enrico.
H-E-N... something...
In short, Enrico, we're in need of an adventurer, a man of action, a man of goodwill, a man of knowledge, a man.
A fucking good fella.
A fellow who helps his fellow man. Aspiring minstrels.
If only you knew, mate, what genius is sleeping in our throats. Songs just waiting for a voice to raise you to the heights of glory.
Imagine it. An ode to Henry, the hapless, hoe-wielding hero, harassing the heartless hordes of
Humans?
That's it! Hark! Henry the Lionheart! The only thing missing for you to achieve glory is...
A loot! We need a loot!
Dove lo trovo?
All right, but where would I even get a thing like that?
In the words of the poet, una volta corre il cane, e una altra la lepre.
Un'altra.
He who seeks shall find. Or something like that.
And finding it won't be hard. We've done a bit of snooping, and there's only one in these parts.
It's hanging all forlorn on a wall at the carpenters in Troskowitz. The house directly opposite the Rathaus.
It ain't no use to him, but he won't sell it, the tight ass.
While if it were in our hands...
In our hands, it will sing like a nun on Sunday.
And it will be the torch lighting our way from this provincial purgatory to the gates of Kuttenberg.
Torch? Shit, you wanna fucking burn it?
It's a metaphor, you ignorant oaf.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Please just quieten down for a bit.
Ok.
God be with you.
Procurate un liuto. Ma se non bastasse tutto quello che dobbiamo fare.
Same to you.
Qua c'è un maiale arrosto. La porchetta. Vabbè, andiamo a vedere sto cane qua. Dove si trova. Ma qua c'è lo stagno. Sono tutti sporchi. Ma forse ci siamo feriti? Boh. Ma non abbiamo bende. Aspetta, no, bendaggio. Eravamo feriti. Ma questo non correva più. Che succede?
Please, I have nothing.
Stop! You fucker!
I've been attacked!
Vabbè, sì. No, no, aspetta un minuto. Aspetta. Certo, non abbiamo niente. Non abbiamo niente. Lui con l'armatura, con Lascia.
What are you doing here? Go back to where you came from,
I know how to
lowlife.
bring a man to his knees too. Would you like to see?
What'll it be?
Bisogno dei servizi offerti dai bagni.
I'd like to use your services.
What'll it be this time, Henry?
Vorrei servizio completo e un po' di buona compagnia.
I'd like to get to know one of your pretty bathmates.
Don't worry. Once my girls get their hands on you, you'll forget all your sorrows. at least for a little while.
I can't wait.
Great, but it'll cost you.
No.
Nah, that's too much. I won't pay that much
Mi
for
sembrava
it.
dicesse
I'm offering
qualcos'altro.
honest services at an honest price. But suit yourself.
Non pensavo che fossero le disoneste. Vabbè. Bisogna servizi offerti.
I'd like to use your services.
What'll it be this time, Henry?
Grazie alla condivisione, Riccardone. Ho bisogno di un bagno caldo? Sì.
I need a hot bath and my clothing cleaned.
Great, but it'll cost you.
Vabbè, però che cazzo è?
Nah, that's too much. I won't pay that much for it.
I'm offering
Non abbiamo
honest
soldi,
services
non
at an
abbiamo
honest
soldi.
price. But suit yourself.
Mi posso lavare qui? Aspetta, lavati. Vai. A posto. Perfetto. Allora, noi stavamo andando a vedere dov'è il cane. Però abbiamo incontrato quel tizio. Se noi ci andiamo da qui, magari qui non ci facciamo male. Che vuoi? Che volete?
Let's gut him. No more
No need to
fucking
get
around.
angry. I'm going.
Fuck right off. And scram right now.
Dai, che palle. Me ne vado da qui. Qua c'è lo stagno però. Posso? O c'è qualche
Never
crocodilo?
again. I tried swimming once, and how did that end up?
Ah, non vuole nuotare, perfetto. Stiamo arrivando. Io sono messo il cammino a piedi, manco c'ho niente. Siamo con una scarpa e una ciabatta. Però ci stiamo arrivando, ci stiamo arrivando. Dobbiamo solo aggirare questo lago. Siamo nella merdina. Non abbiamo niente. Anzi, aspetta, ma armi non ne ho. In tal caso incontriamo qualcuno, almeno ci difendiamo. Proviamo a difenderci. Spada da caccia, aspetta, perché non l'ho messa? Perfetto. Sto provando ad aggirare sto lago. Devo andare a vedere il cane se è rimasto vivo. Che succede qui? Ma
Now you're going to get it.
no, no, vabbè, vaffanculo. Aspetta, come si fa? Ah, così si para? Vabbè, vaffanculo.
You want to try me? Too slow.
Vabbè.
Send my greetings to the devil.
Minchia, ma è impossibile combattere in sto gioco. Di nuovo qui sono. Sto gioco mi sta facendo sclerare, ragazzi. Però va un po' meglio rispetto a mouse e tastiera, credo. Siamo senza una lira. Questo gioco è veramente massacrante, ragazzi. All'inizio. Magari più avanti, ottenendo determinate cose. Avanzando nel gioco. Non abbiamo un cavallo, niente. Eccolo.
What the fuck is this supposed to mean?
You're a dead man.
E vabbè. Direttamente.
Useless. Too slow. Show what you're made of.
Minchia, mi ha rotto le palle questo, non lo posso vedere più. Big Bang Attack. Magari lo potessi fare. Allora.
What the fuck is this supposed to
No,
mean?
stavolta lo devo battere.
Fuck you, Horson.
E vabbè, vaffanculo.
Wanker.
Sì? Ho capito come funziona, forse. Ah, attenzione.
Fuck that!
È morto! Sì! Sì, finalmente! Che ha 3 ore. Vediamo questo cosa aveva. Tutte cose insanguinate. Chiavi di porte e bauli. Questi glieli prendo. Rosken. Mostrina di stagno della difesa. Vabbè. E questo...
Dead.
Morto e derubato.
Just like Capon left him. And there's no trace of mutt.
Ah.
Oh, a nice bit of venison. And something took a good bite of it. Could mutt have been here. Mutt's nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb-woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen it.
Ah, forse l'ha preso qualcuno il cane. Ah, non hai bisogno di bendarti, non sei... Ah, come non sto sanguinando? Ma in che senso? Abbiamo subito delle ferite. Vabbè. Bevi. Carota. Boh, vedo del sangue comunque nello schermo. Come ci si cura? Va a chiedere all'erbolista di Mutt. Dov'è l'erbolista? Ah, qua. Dovremmo però curarci perché abbiamo poca vita. Forse dormendo ci si può curare. Siamo arrivati? Ah, è Pozzena. A lei dobbiamo chiedere. Aspetta, aspetta.
I don't like this. It's not usual for it to be gone so long. Will you help an old woman, young man?
Tra un minuto. Prima dobbiamo dormire che dobbiamo recuperare la vita. Nove ore. Perfetto.
Piss off!
Che?
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any dogs around.
Oh, Sakra. Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
If I were a dog, I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Samin these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks.
Potevi accendere la luce però. Prova a chiedere al pescatore.
Has something happened?
My daughter, Pavlena. Remember her? She was here when I was healing you two.
I remember. What's wrong with her?
She's missing.
Come
It's not
scomparsa.
like her to be wandering around like that. She goes to Troskovitz to sell baskets, but she knows I can't manage on my own, so she never stays away for long. These old eyes of mine can't see nothing much. Pavlena has to take care of me. She's a good girl, that lass of mine. I'm very worried about her. You understand? What if something's happened to her? God forbid. I can't look for her myself, but you could. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I've no one else to turn to.
Vabbè, Pavlena aveva dei nemici.
Do you think anyone might want to hurt Pavlena?
These are evil times, Henry. I dread to think what could happen to a young girl alone on the road. And besides, the folk in Troskovitz ain't too fond of us.
Cosa ha contro di voi?
What have the Troskovitz people got against you? Did something happen?
I'd rather not talk about it, Henry. I wouldn't want you to get the wrong impression about us.
Ah,
You live completely alone in the middle of the woods. Don't you think I've already got a bad enough impression of you?
And where
In
else would we
effetti.
live, you genius, when we're not wanted? Don't go digging up old wrongs, Henry. And don't insult us.
Ma non ho risposto io così, è stato Harry.
Where exactly was Pavlena going?
To Troskovitz. She was taking wicker baskets she'd made. She sells them there and uses the coin to buy what we need. Sometimes it takes her a while, but this time she said she'd be right back. I have a bad feeling about this.
Did it occur to you she might have run off? She's a young girl. And pretty. What kind of life does she have here in the woods? Maybe she wanted to live a little.
You don't know Pavlena. She's not like that. If she wanted to live a little, she'd tell me straight out. She doesn't keep things from me. Don't imagine I keep her here against her will, or that I don't know what it means to be young.
Pavlena is young and, well, no offence, but you seem a little old to be her mother. Is she really your daughter?
She is. Not by birth, but that doesn't change anything.
Ah, è
Her mother
adottiva.
died in childbirth, and there was no one but me to take care of her.
Ok.
And who was Pavlena's birth mother?
A girl from the charcoal burners. They left the county, and I think she had no one else. I buried her myself. No one came for her.
And do you know anything about Pavlena's father?
I don't know who he was. Pavlena's mother was very young, and the fella surely abandoned her when her belly grew. She never told me nothing about him.
Well, as a midwife, I'm sure you've seen it often that, well, that the mother doesn't survive childbirth.
All too often, lad. But that's the lot of women. Or is it any different where you're from?
No, it's not. True enough.
See then? Now, can we just keep our minds on Pavlena?
All right, good wife. I'll try to find Pavlena for you.
Thank you, Henry. Like I said, she was heading for Troskovitz. You should start looking there.
All right. I'll ask around there for her.
And maybe you could look in her room in the loft. My old legs ain't up to climbing stairs, but you might find some clues there.
Vabbè. È scomparsa Pavlena. Se dormi nel letto di qualcun altro potrai probabilmente vedere scoperto e cacciato via.
Shoo! Get out of my sight!
Vabbè. Ma perché è tutto buio? Non capisco. Non si vede niente. Sta piovendo. Vabbè. La torcia... la torcia... Fanculo. Non vedo una minchia. Sto qui. La torcia non la posso prendere? Come si equipaggia la torcia? Niente. Al buio. Che bello. Ma non posso fare passare... ora. Oh, finalmente. Però ci serve del cibo. Prova a chiedere al pescatore là sopra. Vabbè, andiamo prima qui, alla taverna. Danni significativi, stivali da vagabondo. Perché a quel punto non si può togliere sto punto nel centro, che mi dà fastidio. Mirino visibile. No. Oh. Anche se non so quando miriamo se il mirino appare oppure no. Ma? Dov'è sto tizio? E qui sono, non è la taverna questa, sì. Dobbiamo chiedere in giro forse, Ma non c'è nessuno. Con chi cazzo dobbiamo parlare, scusa? Con loro? Borseggia. Non c'è nessuno. Non c'è nessuno. Aspetta, forse dobbiamo chiedere adesso che si stanno alzando tutti. Oh, ecco.
How can I help?
Cioè, assurdo, ragazzi. Possono anche dormire e non ci possiamo parlare.
My dog got lost not far from here. Did you see him by any chance?
I haven't seen any dogs round here for a while, but I hear there's wolves in the forest causing problems. Just the other day, a shepherd boy from Copenina complained that his sheep were being eaten by the flea-ridden beasts.
Where can I find this shepherd?
Siegfried? He has a hut at Copenina. It's just below the castle, on the back slope of the hill.
And you haven't heard anything else about wild dogs?
Here, in the tavern? No. But there was a fella here who gets by doing a bit of poaching. He said once he was hunting when, right in front of him, a large pack attacked a deer. A mix of wolves and dogs, he said. That's not something you see every day.
Do you know where that was?
How would I know where he goes hunting? But I'd say it was in the forest.
Vabbè, sto cercando il mio amico.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a friend of mine. He's not from round here, but...
Let me guess. A dirty ruffian who ain't got a groschen to his name but acts like he owns the bloody place.
He was here then?
Aye, he was. He was larging it up good and proper, and then he found some lads who paid his bill, unfortunately.
What do you mean by that? Why unfortunately?
Because they're right ruffians who are always up to no good. But still, birds of a feather, eh? In the end, they left like best pals. I've got no idea where they went.
Ah.
What's going on around here, innkeeper?
Vostatek, Lord von Berghoff's huntsman, is a regular here. He might have some work for you. He's got a cottage near Vidlark Pond. So if you know your way round the woods, you could go and offer him your help. But I hope he hasn't started drinking somewhere else. He's my best customer. One more thing. You're not going to believe this, but 2 local lads claim they found a water goblin's treasure.
Spiritello d'acqua.
You have a water goblin here?
It would be a wonder if we didn't, with all the ponds around. He's got a hut nearby. If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
Where did you say the water goblin's hut was?
If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
And what did they find there? Are you sure they didn't make it up?
I thought so too at first. They're foolish lads, so I wouldn't be surprised. But then they ordered wine and paid with silver. Their purse was jingling with groschen.
Would you happen to know where I could find these lads?
They often swim at the other side of the Rock Tower Pond. There's a pier there by the dam. That's their spot.
Okay.
Any other news?
Recently, a bunch of charcoal burners who have their kilns on the hill above the Kerchak Pond came here to have a beer. I started talking to them and they told me they almost didn't make it.
Why?
They said a pack of wolves came after them.
Aren't wolves afraid of people?
That's what I thought too. It's strange.
Did they tell you where it happened?
In a gorge above the Rock Tower Pond. They noticed the wolves watching them from the rocks. If you climb up those rocks, you'll be able to see the whole pond from there.
Did they tell you how large the pack was?
They mentioned 3 wolves, but God knows if that's all of them.
Do you have any more news?
By the way, we've put together this wee fight club here.
Gruppo di lottatori.
Would you like to try it?
That sounds good. What's it about?
It actually came about by chance when the miller Crazel and me bet on who has the stronger hired hands. Then other blokes from the village joined in, and it's become somewhat of a tradition. By the way, old Olbram from Zheleov keeps complaining about the Takovites. If you go and see him, I'm sure he'll tell you more about it. But, well, he takes a bit of getting used to, though.
Oh? What do you mean?
You'll see. I mean, here, and that's pretty much everything.
Thanks, innkeeper. That sounds interesting. Tell me more about these fights of yours.
It's really quite simple. You bet some money and fight against 3 blokes in turn. Our first fighter is Hans, a local musician. He may not look like much, but he knows a few tricks. Then we have Bohunek here. He works with horses, so he has more than enough strength to spare. And then there's Fiala, a good bloke, but Dorothy, his wife, has forbidden him from fighting.
Ok.
I'd like to try the fights here.
Why not? But it won't be for free. If you don't have enough money, try to go and see Crazel at the mill. He recently bragged he was going to send someone here, but no one has come yet. Maybe you can come to some agreement together.
Fine. I'll go and see him, and we'll see.
Farewell.
Ok, tutti che vogliono soldi, pure per combattere.
Good day.